Human beings are designed to adapt themselves very quickly, and it's the survival basically, not just of the people who adapt, but also who are quick and who are smart. So suddenly these tectonic shifts in society and businesses have pulled in even education, and the unexpected events have forced us to adapt appropriately to remote learning. So like you rightly said, Rashmi ma'am, that it is technology earlier that people were studying. ICT was one of the subjects. Now it is through ICT that everything is happening. And how we are recovering from the sudden unexpected thing that has hit us out of nowhere. And look at how quickly people from education fraternity have adapted to the whole thing. Quickly, the teachers, with whatever limited resources they had, whether it was connectivity issues or whether limited resources at their disposal, they've quickly adapted to it. Each one is putting in their best so that they can provide the best to the children. It's so important to keep our children engaged, keep our children motivated, and especially, you can't let pessimism lurk in. You can't let this absolutely right, Pramila ma'am, the news and all of that is being blared out through the day, and that definitely can raise a big question mark on the future. But how do we then equip our children for this future? So when we say that education is overall development of children, be it emotional, be it physical, be it social, cultural, we need to do this. And the biggest challenge is, how do we do this online? And right from, so the thought process about rethinking education through in this, new ecosystem that's coming in, right from school buses to sharing tiffin boxes or sitting next to each other in the classroom, looks like everything's going to change big time. From safety measures, nurturing children, to being able to give them physical, for their physical growth as well. Now, how do we bring in our sports and performances and all of that online? So new ways of thinking. Of course, we are limited. Biggest challenge that I see when this remote learning or online learning comes in is, how are we going to address the differentiated instructional approach that we generally have in a face-to-face class? I don't think, because when a teacher is there in face-to-face class, she immediately knows who's the person who's understanding, who's the person who's not able to adapt, and how's that going to happen online now? So there are challenges, of course. There are challenges of infrastructure which the institution can put in for their teachers remotely, and we are trying to recover from that, and that's happening well, I believe. I do believe nothing can replace face-to-face learning. That's imperative. That we have to strategically plan it. What is required is online learning, whether not just in academics and teaching subjects or instructional subjects, but also in whether it is yoga, dance, music, all of it can be covered by your, through your remote asynchronous learning. So blended learning is the thing. Your poll showed that absolutely 99% were there, and that was what I was feeling very strongly about, that we need to handhold our children as well. What is being done remotely needs to be, supplemented with what face-to-face once in a while. The distance learning model needs to be coming in even for the little ones. So its education has to be relooked with all the stakeholders in mind.